These are the 9 most dangerous cities in America. Number 9 is Baltimore.
Okay.
Maryland.
Okay.
The
Careful in
8th
Baltimore.
most dangerous city in America is Cleveland,
Okay.
Ohio.
All right. We'll put
Okay.
that a little higher.
So before we see the 7th most dangerous,
Mm-hmm,
we're going to turn this into a game. Normally it's $20, but this time it's $50 if you can guess 7, because this is a hard game.
Yeah, is that a sign that this is going to be harder?
This is going to be a hard game.
I'm going to go LA here.
Okay. The
I'm gonna go
7th
LA.
most dangerous city. You guessed LA. It is
St.
St. Louis.
St. Louis. Okay.
St. Louis.
All right, I gotta watch which streets I'm going down in St. Louis.
Exactly. $50 if you can guess the 6th most dangerous city in America.
I don't know where this came from, but immediately when I figured out what type of list this was, something told me I should go for Portland for number 6.
Portland, Oregon.
Portland, Oregon.
Interesting.
For number 6.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've heard some stories out of
heard
Portland.
some stories out of Portland. Number 6, Portland, Oregon.
Okay, here we
All
go.
right.
And
Locking it in?
Yeah, I'm locking in.
Okay. The
I'm
6th most dangerous city in the United States. Is it Portland?
Portland.
Pueblo, Colorado.
Colorado. Really?
Yeah, Pueblo,
That's good.
Colorado. I wonder why
Interesting.
that is. Okay,
Yeah.
normally it's $50 for number 5, but I'm going to make it $100. $100 if you can guess the 5th most dangerous city
Okay. Now-
in America.
Another clarification I would like to make
Yes.
real quick. New York is being counted all as one, or is it broken down into like the Bronx and Brooklyn? And
New York is
all the-
one because they're
it's
all the same area.
Okay, it's all the same. So that's going to be in the top 3. I feel confident.
Interesting.
5 could be Vegas. 5 could be Vegas.
A lot of
Vegas
people
is
down on their luck.
yeah, one of those places you don't want to go into some areas too late at night. 5. Ooh. I think Vegas or LA. Vegas. I'll
Guessing
go for
Vegas.
Vegas. Vegas for 5.
Okay, we're guessing
Vegas can
Las
be
Vegas,
dangerous.
Nevada.
You're top 5, aren't you, Vegas? Come on.
The 5th most dangerous city in the United States for $100 is
Vegas.
Tacoma, Washington. Yeah, that's like outside of Seattle.
Okay, all right. Wow, you were right. This is a hard game.
I'm gonna give you a hint though.
Okay.
For number 4.
Oh, okay. I like hints. Some lifelines.
The cities that you've heard that are on these they're bigger than Tacoma and Pueblo. There's no more Tacomas or Pueblos.
Okay,
on
so
this
now
list.
now we're into big like mainstream cities. Chicago.
Cities that have like pro sports teams or
Mm-hmm.
more than 3 direct flights.
Okay, I'm pretty confident somewhere in here we're gonna have New York, LA, and Chicago.
New York, LA, and Chicago.
Those are definitely the 3 big cities that you got to be careful in. Oh, Miami's in there too, huh? Miami's in there. Oh yeah, they are.
Gotta be careful
Oh
in
gosh.
Miami,
Oh
Vice
gosh.
City.
Yeah, Vice City. But 4. Yeah, let's go LA.
LA.
I don't feel like LA can be as dangerous as some of those other cities. I'm gonna go for LA.
The 4th
Los
most
Angeles.
dangerous city in the United States.
Come on, Los Angeles.
$200 is on the line. Number 4 is
Los Angeles.
Kansas City.
Kansas City. Man. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I can see that, but I didn't. They weren't in my list.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We got number 3 coming up, and we'll do 300 for number 3.
Okay. Now the Kansas City somehow reminded me that Detroit was another one that I hadn't considered.
You haven't guessed Detroit
Yeah, I
yet.
haven't guessed Detroit. Chicago. I think Chicago's going to be number 3.
Look at these 3 cities.
Chicago's going to be 3.
300 for 3.
Yeah. Oh, are they number 2?
Look at those 3 Franklins.
3. Yeah, 3 for 3. This is a lot of money, so I need to
Yeah.
get this right. New York's got to be number 1, right? Maybe they're number 2, and it's Miami at 1. I'm thinking too far ahead. I got to focus on 3.
Gotta focus on 3.
Got to focus on 3. I think it's going to be Chicago or Detroit. One of the cities up there where things have been bustling for years.
Give you 5 seconds to lock it in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chicago.
Chicago.
I was going to switch to Detroit, but the voice in my head was yelling at me not to.
$300 for number 3.
Chicago.
Drum roll. The 3rd most dangerous city
Come on.
is Little Rock,
Arkansas.
Yeah.
And they've got a lot of history in there. Oh
Yeah.
man, now I'm thinking New Orleans might be in here.
Yeah, see how every city unlocks a different
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Ooh.
the second most dangerous city in the U.S. I'm going to up it to $400 now. Because it's a hard game. There's a lot of cities in this country.
It is.
And
It
it's
is.
like, you know, it's.
But I think I've got my top
who would
two.
think Little Rock, Arkansas?
I think I've got my top two locked in.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess Miami.
Miami for number two.
Miami feels like a really good number two guess. I can't believe they're more than the Big Apple. So I think I'm gonna go for Miami.
So Miami, you're leaning Miami too.
I'm leaning Miami for number two.
Final
If
answer?
this is Chicago, I'm gonna be so upset. I've been guessing them like every.
So you're locking that
I'm
in.
locking in. I'm confident. Miami, you're a dangerous place.
Miami,
Mhm.
Florida for $400.
Wow.
The second most dangerous city in the United States. We're going to reveal it in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Detroit.
Oh, there it
You were
is.
close.
There's Detroit.
Oh, you were so close. You were so
I
close.
knew Detroit
You never really
was gonna be
considered it for 2. You considered it for 3.
Yeah, I thought it would be a top 5. I didn't realize. Oh man, that means my top 2's off now.
It can't be Chicago and New York.
It can't. It can't
Can't
be
be
Chicago
both of
and
them.
New York. Oh man.
Could be one. It could be neither. Those are your choices.
Yeah, but I mean that also implies Miami isn't in here at all, which would actually surprise me if Miami didn't make it in the top 9.
It's hard to know because
This is a tricky number one. You were right. This is hard. Whoa! I just processed that there's $500.
there's $500 right in front of you, and I'm guarding the door, so you can't just take that and run. It's all on camera.
Oh no! Okay.
This
I've
is
gotta-
number one
I've got to
here.
pick one and
1,
stick.
2, 3, 4, $500.
You know, I've been sticking with Chicago all the way up the list, but my initial reaction was that New York has got to be number 1 because the prices up there are insane, and I know a high cost of living drives a rate of crime up. It's got to be New York.
Desperate people do desperate things.
They do, and it feels like that's got to be the right answer. But Detroit, I would have not put at number 2.
So what are you deciding between?
It's got to be between Chicago and New York because I think Chicago's a little bit more dangerous than Miami, and if Miami wasn't number 2.
So that means of those two, one of them is not in the top 9.
Yeah.
So why would Chicago not be in the top 9, and why would New York not be in the top 9?
You hear a lot of things, and the bad news tends to travel faster than anything else. So I could have heard a disproportionate number of stories to the actual rate of crime.
Right. Think about it this way, right? One crime in New York versus one crime in Little Rock is different because of its relative to population. So if New York had one crime, Little Rock had one crime, Little Rock would have a higher crime rate.
Oh,
So,
the population
when you
is
hear reports out of Chicago, you hear reports out of New York, keep in mind there's a lot of people who are not in those reports. So it's not a hint. I just want you to sort of keep that in mind.
That's good because thinking like that could put Miami back at number 1.
Right.
Because Miami's less people.
If this were a list of gross crime,
right,
not relative to the population, that's a different game than crime. This is most dangerous cities, and that's what is the likelihood you will end up the victim of a crime.
Ooh, man, yeah, it could be another city. Like there are some dangerous places in the South too, and both of these guesses, Chicago and New York, are pretty high up on the map.
So now that I've gotten way in your head, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to make a guess.
Oh man,
Most dangerous city.
Is it San Antonio, Texas? Is it? I'm sticking
5,
with New York.
4,
It's got to be New York.
3,
I'm sticking to
2,
New York.
1.
Man.
You're guessing New York.
It's
okay.
New York
For $500.
So many people there, though.
The most dangerous city in
is
the United States of America.
What is it? Come on.
I want you to win these $500.
I need it, man.
Yeah.
Oh
I know
wait, the way
you
you're
do.
saying it
I
like
know
that
you
makes
do.
me feel like it's not.
Okay, we're gonna see it in
Come on.
3, 2, 1. Show it.
Oh,
Memphis,
Tennessee.
Tennessee.